I am joined by Shelley Rivard, CEO of Parkinson Society, Southwestern Ontario. Welcome to Weekend Spotlight.
Thank you so much for having me.
Happy to have you. And we thought we would chat a bit about Parkinson's. Would think when somebody first gets that diagnosis, there's a lot of questions, a lot of worry, a lot of concern. It's life-changing. That you would think that certainly your organization needs to be one of their first calls, right? Because of all of the awesome things that you provide.
Absolutely. We look forward to getting those calls and making sure that we can provide them with some information. I think information is key, having a diagnosis like Parkinson's. And then seeing how we connect them within the community, getting, maybe that's a support group where they can meet with other people that are going through the same experiences as them. And yeah, I think just calling our office, we're able to provide them that information and just get them started on a journey that they were not looking forward to.
Because I think everybody's first thing is to go to the internet, right? And yes, you can culminate all kinds of great information from the internet, but there's something to be said to speaking with someone and asking questions and getting an answer, people that have experienced it or worked with others that have. So yeah, I think that's a great idea. April, we are here finally, is Parkinson's Awareness Month, and you have a theme for this year's April Parkinson's Awareness Month. What is it?
We do. Our theme this year is Real Stories, Real Strengths. And I think one of the key things is that people can live well with Parkinson's, and so we want to hear their stories. Every story is so different. Parkinson's doesn't affect anyone the same, and so being able to kind of understand how it impacts them, how they live well with it, and maybe the challenges. But what we really want to highlight is the strengths that these people live with each and every day. They're just amazing, whether it's going to an exercise program, doing things for themselves that help to better how they live, right? And so we're just really, really proud of each one of them and their resilience.
Can you take us through the process? So you've been diagnosed. They're calling your organization. What happens?
Well, once they call our organization, obviously we have a trained staff there that can just listen, right? I think that's key, to listen to what their concerns are. It's a very scary time. People don't know where to go. They want to know what the future is, what that looks like, right? And so we just spend the time talking, kind of helping them to get a better understanding, like I say, credible information into their hands. And then we follow up with them to see how would they like to connect? What do they need from us? How would they like to be involved? And we work from there.
What are some of the symptoms of Parkinson's?
Well, most people recognize the tremors, the walk, how they walk. Some people will swing an arm or not swing an arm, right? But I think what's more impactful is the non-motor symptoms. And there's the anxiety that people live with. It's extremely common and can be very hard to cope and to manage when we have that. But Parkinson's affects every ounce of their being. And I think, and it doesn't just affect the person living with Parkinson's. It also has its impacts on the family, like a spouse, and those, it's everybody.
Yeah, and I think maybe we should touch on that too. What do you see from a caregiver perspective?
Yeah, because the normal onset of somebody living with Parkinson's is usually at a retirement age, right? They're looking for all the things. They're looking forward to all the things that they were going to do as they retired, those trips, those vacations, things. And now they're faced with the disease, and depending on, whether they've had it for a little while before their diagnosis, Yeah, they're just we're looking forward. So I think it's disappointment, it's sadness, it's grief. You know, there's just so many emotions.
And a changing of the mindset, I'm sure. And that is what your organization can help with too, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Like you said, focusing on the positives. It is your awareness month this month. And for that reason, you also have some events coming up. You have a conference. Can you tell me about that?
We do. We have 4 conferences across the region. We always try to make sure we do everything across our area so everyone gets to participate. Yeah. So we have these conferences, we bring in some of our researchers, our medical professionals, the community, and yeah, we help to educate them on something new and how to live better with Parkinson's.
Well, thank you so much for joining us and educating us a little bit and seeing what an amazing resource you are to families in the community that are dealing with this. So thank you again.